a strange place known as the United States of America, a war was brewing. Brainwashed Marxist idiots in colleges across the nation clashed with equally brainwashed, anime-obsessed neo-Nazis. Starbucks windows were shattered, Dodge Challengers were totaled, and Muslims realized that rental vans were cheaper than plane tickets. Skinny, anemic millennials from coast to coast were hospitalized with life-changing injuries such as sprains and first-degree burns. And the heroic knights of 4chan rose up to defeat Shia LaBeouf and drive the evil villain into a descent towards a madness the likes from which he would never recover.
No, easy, hold on.
As the enemies of freedom destroy the cities that raised them. As America begins to resemble an Iron Maiden album come to life, two heroes have risen up to fight against the culture of utter madness and restore sanity the only way they know how.
What the fuck?
By refusing to take any of it seriously. Mersh.
Buzzin', what is up with Tarantino, man?
What?
What happened to him?
People say I got a real twisted sense of humor.
He looks like he should be on the back of a $10 bill.
Oh my God.
Royce Lopez.
I don't know what it is about him.
Hola, me llamo Royce.
Maybe I'm sick of hearing about him.
Yeah, I don't like hot hair.
Maybe it's his face. He's a punchable face.
You wouldn't download a pig, would you?
He's done nothing to me. He's probably a nice guy.
I don't care.
I don't know what it is about the guy.
Big Cranberry has been lying to you.
Bound forever by their mutual love of smoking marijuana, Simpsons references and affection towards Alex Jones, these two men have joined forces to bring you uncut news and opinions directly from the belly of the beast.
He looks like he should be flying a kite with a fucking key on it. Brendan says he hasn't been able to use the N-word for a while. That's the source of his youth.
Saving Western civilization one childish dick joke at a time. Here they are, your new heroes of the Imperium, Mersh and Royce.
Oh, hello, everybody. Hi, it's Revenge of the Sis. It's Monday. Yada, yada. Let's get on with the week already.
Bro, this studio sucks compared to the other, nice studio we were in.
Yeah.
And these producers suck compared to the producer that we had. Everything's really shitty.
I don't know, man. We're awful.
Are you eating on it? Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, those three.
He's having
those
a little
three.
snack. You know, so Royce, you know how for the 15 minutes we were here having our pre-show meeting and he wasn't eating? He waited till now.
Right. You mean like the 22 hours when he's not on the show when he wasn't drunk, but he decided to come on the show drunk? The 2 hours he was here?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Mike over there in fucking Elijah's studio is scared of getting deported, so that's probably why. You know, he fucking works harder. This guy, there's the problem with fucking people like Virgie.
Yeah, great studio, but I hated the temperature they keep it at. Holy shit.
No, it wasn't that cold. You're just detoxing. It was actually fine. I was
freezing.
sweating. I was sweating, actually. That was the problem I was having. What the fuck is up with my fucking chroma key? I gotta fix it now, you piece of shit. Fucking Christ. No. There. Better. Okay, I fixed it. Much better. Sorry, I got fucking spoiled by being in a real studio. But it's okay. One day, guys. One day. We'll be doing My Pillow ads. One day.
We'll see.
Are they comfortable at least?
I mean, I'll put an ad anywhere, dude. I don't really care where they are. Comfort doesn't really matter.
Will they pay us in crack?
Now we're not going to get My Pillow. See, this is why we don't get things. Because now we made a crack joke.
That's not.
You were making a crack at. You're making a crack.
Not like about anyone in particular.
You made a wisecrack.
About crack.
Yeah.
Which is whack.
This morning, President Trump is directing the federal government to reopen Alcatraz.
Okay, this is stupid. I heard this earlier today. Alcatraz is really... Alcatraz is really small. It's not a big prison.
No. Also, could I point out, it's a park now. So, it's not even managed by the Bureau of Prisons. It's managed by the National Park Service because it's literally now just a place people take a ferry to, pay money to get a picture at.
It has swing sets.
Yeah, it literally it has swing sets, Riz.
Oh,
and it has like a concession stand.
But what about the movie The Rock?
That was
remember like they had the one guy that escaped from Alcatraz.
Yeah, they filmed it at the national park known as Alcatraz.
Probably
was very easy to get the filming rights.
That makes
'cause
sense.
It's not a prison anymore.
I know.
See, if it had still been a prison, I don't think they could have filmed a movie there.
No. Okay. No.
You know that
Notorious
Nicolas
for-
Cage and Sean Connery are not real, like
They're real
you know,
people. They exist.
but they're not. They weren't really at Alcatraz.
Okay, if you say so. I believe in movie magic.
All I
That's
thought
my
about in Alcatraz was surfing with my son.
Okay, we're not doing the surfing movie now.
I'm surfing with the Declaration of Independence.
National Treasure surfs up.
The Surfman of Alcatraz.
Man, I've been rewatching some movies with Nick Cage, and like even some of the stuff he's good in, he's still bad in.
Yeah, he's
but
Nick
he's
Cage.
good.
He's the best.
Yeah, like Lord of War. It's
I
like
know, it's
he's
a great
not
one.
he's not great in that, but it's
Yeah,
good.
he's awful.
But the movie's still good.
Yeah, he's great. Like the way he is why he's great.
I'm Nicolas Cage. You always notice me in a movie. Kind of takes you out of it.
As the notorious former prison on the San
Ben
Francisco.
Affleck on fucking Theo Von.
He was great.
He was awesome.
Actually, no, I take that back. Theo Vaughn's great, so he gets everyone around him to be great.
But he got Ben Affleck
Yeah.
to be a normal dude, and it was
Because
actually
it's
great.
Theo Vaughn. Yeah, it's he's amazing.
Like, hey man, why ever make doing the memes about you? And he's like, because of course his explanation was so great. He goes, of course my face looks miserable. I'm not sad all the time. It's just I don't want my photo taken. So every time it happens, I am sad. So all my photos are of me sad.
Yeah, it was very funny.
Actually, it really did make Ben Affleck way more relatable guy. But Theo Von, you're right, does that to everybody. He really he
just
let everyone's
because he's
guard
so
goes
cool
down.
and
Yeah.
relaxed.
Francisco Bay, known as The Rock, considered escape-proof and the subject of multiple Hollywood films.
No one has ever escaped from Alcatraz. I'm in. Me too. And no one ever will.
Trump says he wants to reopen and expand the prison.
Where?
How?
How? There's not a
How
lot
can
of
you-
land, dude.
Look, I've played that Tony Hawk level. It was very cramped.
It was no Portland.
I'm saying the remaster. It's called Chaz.
Okay, I was gonna say Portland, right? Was probably the best one. Portland.
So, Trump, did you saw Pam Bondi came out and said she has no timeline on when she's going to release the rest of the Epstein files? How about that?
But that's,
I don't care about Alcatraz.
That's fucking weird though, because she gave us a timeline and then she didn't make that timeline.
You're focusing
We're going
on the
backwards.
You're focusing on the wrong island, Trump. That's not the island we want to be focused on. The one where, much more heinous crimes took place than Alcatraz. At least everyone there was an adult.
To house America's most ruthless and violent offenders.
Just an idea I've had, and I guess because
we're going to put a big black man in the prison, and Tom Hanks going to be in there, and he's going to heal people's cancer, but then they're going to have to kill him.
Look, man, I love President Trump and all, but and I'm not saying, I know that Trump's famously been a teetotaler, and I don't think that I want to make it clear that I don't think Trump is a cocaine user.
No.
But Trump has been behaving like a cocaine user lately.
He's even dressing like one. Look, he's got the fucking top button open.
Like he's just popping out ideas like machine gun style where you're like, all right, slow down. We still have this one. We're not finished with this project yet. He's just all over the fucking place.
the judges, so many of these radicalized judges, they want to have trials for every single, think of it, every single person that's in our country illegally, that came in illegally. That would mean millions of trials.
Did you hear his new plan? $1,000. He's just threw it out as I literally just saw it as breaking as I was coming in driving, that Trump is throwing the idea around of offering $1,000 to any illegal that self-deports.
But then how would you prove it and how would they get it?
I mean, I don't know.
No. Let's walk this through the logistics.
I'm not
of this.
saying it's a system that couldn't be gamed, but I'm just saying it's
How many illegals are there?
It's a lot.
That we know of.
But I mean, for us to transport him, it would be A lot
No.
more.
I think you're right. I'm just trying to do
So
the math.
I guess
I'm
we
not-
meet them at the border and we
So,
give them
okay,
a Visa
let's
gift card once they're on the
actually-
other side.
Let's do. So it's. Oh yes. Did we tell them it's $1,000, but it's only to Bob Evans, which are only in America.
No. It's 1,000. We tell them it's 1,000, and then when they get to Mexico, it's 1,000 pesos.
So, it's fucked up. Okay, so let's say there's 20 million. Okay, there's more, but let's just use that number because it's easy. 20 million that are willing to do it, right? If we give each one of them 1,000, that's going to set us back about $20 billion, right? Give or take.
It's a chunk of change.
Hold on. How much would it be to actively go find all of them in tax dollars and deport them? What's cheaper?
It'd be thousands and thousands per person. To house them, feed them, 3 hots and a cot,
Okay.
transporting them.
What if we tell them we're going to do that?
We meet them at the border.
Okay.
You get on the other side. We sign off. The other thing is, the only way this would work.
They have to
is-
get amnesty and say they're not going to get arrested if they show up and they'll be able to go across or whatever.
Well, no, the only way this will work is we get them on the other side of the border, we pay them. But our border needs to be watertight, and it's not even that tight yet.
'Cause
Like, we would need our
'cause-
border to be like, you can't get
Because
back
they're
in.
wet backs. So obviously you have to protect against that.
And there would need to be like a criminal penalty for...
Well, here's your problem we're having here, though. Here's the problem that we're having. Yes, okay. Logistically, I understand where you're coming from. But the problem is, this isn't like the days of old where most of the illegals are Mexicans. They're not really Mexicans anymore. So it's not meeting them at our border. What if the ones from Guatemala or the ones from fucking El Salvador or the ones like...
Doesn't matter. We just drop them off in Mexico.
I'm not against
Figure
it.
it out.
Right, it's fine. Mexico, they could go from there? Okay.
They got $1,000. You can fly first class any way you
How
want.
about Canada?
Actually, it'd be funnier, right?
Deport them to Canada
Just
would
keep
be really
dumping them
funny.
in Canada side.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And then go, hey, you know what? Seems like you got a real immigration problem. You want to become the 51st state?
And then they become the 51st state and you deport them from Canada
to Greenland. And then in a couple months, we go, hey, Greenland. Looks like you're having a bit of a Nigerian Haitian problem.
Do you want to become the 52nd state? And so on and so forth. We use illegal immigrants as a tool of destruction. Like you said, Merch.
Like the Jews.
A zerg.
Oh.
Tomato.
Same thing. Same difference.
I actually really love this idea. That's the perfect way to do it. You just use them to then be like, you want us to take care of it? We took care of it over here.
It would work, guys.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. You got to trust me on this. My foreign policy is solid.
And then eventually, we're going to have to make some sort of space Mexico to deport them to.
Yeah. Well, Elon wants to go to Mars. We just launch a bunch of Haitians to Mars first.
Yeah, why don't we go to the
That
moon?
way, if there is Martians, we come along and go, Jesus, you got these Haitians, huh? Boy, do we have a solution.
But listen here, Martians. Do you want to become the second Earth?
Yeah.
I actually really like that. Oh, fuck. It's a great idea.
Comes after a new interview, which the president said he does not know whether every person in the U.S. is entitled to due process, as his administration pushes to deport immigrants in the country
When were illegals ever supposed to have our constitutional benefits?
I mean, so if you are an immigrant, or even, I believe, even if you're visiting here, you do have our rights under our Constitution. So that's the way it's always been. However, there is an argument to be made that if you're an illegal immigrant, you shouldn't get the benefits of, like, specifically, like, okay, here's my point. If you're an illegal immigrant, right, and you commit a crime where you fucking, I don't know, let's say you're shoplifting, right? I think in that scenario, okay, you should be able to get a trial because maybe you weren't doing it. You don't want to go to jail for that. I get it, and that's, but when the crime is coming in here illegally, why do they so they get to come in here and then get free legal services and legal defense and legal help and all this stuff. They get all for free. So we're incentivizing them. So I mean, I do understand the argument of why should we be giving them any due process? Like if we went to another country, they'd just kick us out.
Yeah, exactly. Also, but up for the record, I just want to clarify what Roy said too. I didn't shoplift. Okay, I just put the kitty litter on the bottom part of the cart, and then when I was at self checkout, I forgot it was down there.
Okay.
Oh, that's totally different. Hey guys, your plan backfired. The space Mexicans have built a Gundam. I've just sent it to you.
Okay, let me pull it up. I mean, I was always worried about a Space Mexican Gundam. I was just talking about it before the show.
And I also swear to
Wouldn't
God, this
space
is a real
Mexicans just be the cartel? Because they're like the only ones that could afford to go to
All right,
space.
Well, hold on. That's not the one. That's no. Sorry, this isn't a space.
That's a Gundam.
This is a Gundam, but this isn't a Space Mexican. But I'll tell you what this is. Do you know who this is?
I know who that is.
Does everyone
Is
know
that,
who this
is that Mr. De Niro Jr.? Is that
Yeah.
Robbie J?
Yes, that's
I don't know what the name is.
Is there like any more proof? Like that?
Probably Arya or some shit like that.
Is there any more proof though that there's something to religion? Because like, I don't know, a lot of creepy like Book of Revelation shit is starting to come true. Like all these people that in the last 6 years from Trump derangement syndrome and COVID have just worshipped at this really scary, creepy, like trans leftist altar. All of their kids are turning out now.
Yeah.
It's wild. Like you can pretend like you're enlightened and that you're an ally and all this stuff. But deep down, every single one of you fucking 70s, golden age of cinema, macho, mafia actors, none of you wanted this. You can pretend like you want, oh no, I love this. I'm proud of my trans daughter. But deep down, man, it's eating at you, ain't it?
Hi.
Oh, man.
Robert De Niro wakes up in the morning and he picks up his phone and he goes, "You have one new message from Joe Pesci. Beep."
It goes on for 3 minutes and 59 seconds and then cuts off with a beep.
It runs out and then he calls back and he continues laughing.
He's laughing. You Finocchio. Click.
Hi. Sorry in advance for being very awkward.
No.
I'm the child of divorce.
This message is from Mel Gibson.
Yeah.
Beep. Yeah, see, my kid looks exactly like me.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
know if
crazy.
you know that. My kid's a fucking stud. He's a clone of me. How you doing there, Robbie? How are things?
I'm extremely camera shy,
I mean, why? You're so beautiful.
and I'm not used.
Wait, okay, so this was
Remember when everyone just made fun of Robert De Niro's mulatto son? Remember that? Remember
was
when
much
everybody
easier.
was like, "Ah, can't get anywhere."
Now she looks like one of the albino twins from The Matrix. The one that could phase into things.
Yeah.
She does look like the breed of like every new rapper.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
To, recording videos of myself. But I just
Your dad was in Goodfellas.
wanted to say thank you to everyone
Have you
who
seen Clint Eastwood's son? Have you seen
Yeah, it looks
Mel
just like him.
Gibson's son?
Look just like him.
sent me all their love and support, friends, family.
And you know why? Because not only just do they look like them, but they've like grown up to be normal, well-educated. It's because guys like Mel Gibson and Clint Eastwood were like, "I'm not letting these Jews anywhere around my kid. We're gonna live in Arizona, kid, when we're not doing movies." I guarantee you, I don't even know like Clint Eastwood or any of those guys that well, but I guarantee you, if you look at their like residential history, they probably filmed movies and then they're like, "We're gonna live in New Mexico for half of the year. We're keeping you away from Hollywood. You are not gonna get diddled into this lifestyle."
Clint
hold
Eastwood's
on,
son
hold on, Virgie. Merch Girl?
Come on, man, that's not funny.
It's an
That's fucking
yeah,
That's
absolutely,
horrible.
absolutely, yes, because De
Horrible,
Niro.
dude.
You respect De Niro.
Yeah, there's respect for De Niro for the story.
Mm-hmm. You know what movie? You know what movie she's going to be in? It's actually going to be a continuation of one of his other movies. It's going to be called Genetic Casino.
You know, it kind of looks like The Rock's daughter, the one from NXT.
No, this one's much prettier.
Do you imagine not knowing that Robert De Niro's daughter is trans, and then like you just one day you hook up with her, and then you're telling your buddies later, like, "Oh yeah, bro, I got a story that tops that. I hooked up with Robert De Niro's daughter," and then people start going on like Wikipedia.
The room just gets quiet as fuck.
You're like, what? What happened? What do you mean? She was really into anal. I don't know what that was about, but it's whatevs.
Grandma
Okay,
Kit is
I gotta be
hilarious.
careful making this joke because we're on YouTube. She's gonna be in a remake of one of her dad's movies, except it's gonna be called Cape Epsler.
How's it going?
Strangers, old peers from school, thank you for reaching out. It means a lot.
I wouldn't fuck her with your guys' dicks.
My trans son has nipples. Can you milk him?
We're going to be working with Marty Scorsese. We're making a movie called Girlfellas.
Ooh, I like that. I'll
gonna
watch
be-
that. That'll be fun.
We're making a movie with Scorsese. It's gonna be called Shutter Island, but with 2 D's.
All right, we can just move on. He won. He won.
Look, I know that's not a De Niro movie, but I had to do it.
That's very funny.
Come on, man.
Holy shit.
Fuck.
Yeah.
And I want to give a special thank you to Ava, who was the extremely talented interviewer. And I want to give a thank you to them for sharing my
What are you getting interviewed? Interviewed for what? Being trans? Being De Niro's kid? Being De Niro's trans kid? Like, there's so many options.
story.
You think
Jim Edwards saying tranquilize this or tranalize this. Okay.
Thank you to Miss Laverne Cox for your
Come
very
on, man.
heartfelt.
You're baiting us.
vi-
So do you think De Niro's pumped? Think he's thrilled?
I think he's really excited about this.
video and recognizing me. That's like a dream come true. I don't know how else to say it. You're an icon. You're a legend. You're the moment. But
You have the jawline
Yeah,
of an NBA
there's-
Jam cabinet.
She does. She does look like Blake Griffin, doesn't she?
Leave default create a wrestler face alone.
Dude, it's really bad.
nothing I can say that hasn't already been.
You just said Laverne Cox is the moment, yes, and much like a lot of them, moments are fleeting.
She looks like every slightly stupid fan.
Yes.
She looks like every Revolution fan. She looks like every Dirty Heads fan. She looks like every
Ex-girl-
Pepper fan.
Ex-girlfriend era Gwen Stefani looking ass bitch.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Been said about Miss Laverne, so thank you so much. And I also want to say thank you to my mom and dad for supporting me and accepting me.
They have no choice.
Yeah, because he had a choice.
Yeah, they trans themselves into a corner. And there's only a 51% chance you're getting out of that corner.
Yeah, Robert De Niro transitioned into a man that had no options. Like, fucking.
And, you know, always being there when I need them. Yeah, I could not have asked for better parents. So thank you. And
Look, I know your dad was in the movie, and I know you love him, but making yourself look like the Angelina Jolie fish from Shark Tale wasn't really the best.
Alias Bates says she's going to be in Unable to Be in Heat.
Oh,
That's brutal.
Ouch.
That's a brutal.
comes to the folks who messaged me with opportunities like
The
movie roles
unfuckables.
and like walking in fashion shows. I'm very flattered and I'm honored that, you know, you would consider me for that, but there's two big reasons why I can't follow through on those or accept those offers. One of them being I injured myself in January.
A troon tail.
Oh, okay.
Can't follow through on those or accept those offers. One of them being I injured myself in January.
My penis fell off.
Hate when that happens.
So I have to deal with all that.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.
And I had knee surgery.
Raging balls.
About 3 weeks ago. So right now I'm just focused on healing and taking it easy. So I'm
Dickless
not really in the-
Tracy.
Taxi driver's worst nightmare.
The best position to be like walking shows or anything like that. I've never done it before anyways, so it would probably be very awkward. And the other reason is I feel like I need to say I recognize I definitely come from a place of privilege.
Stunning and brave.
Up
already.
Given the environment I live in, and who my family is, I don't feel I'm as deserving of those opportunities.
You are incredibly uninteresting.
Yeah, none of them are
Wow,
interesting.
maybe she is a woman.
They're famous people's kids. They're never interesting.
Leave Robert De Nigris alone. Leave her alone.
Or even of as much praise as I'm getting, while I recognize coming out in it of itself is an act of bravery.
Calling yourself brave. Nobody who's actually brave
I know you
calls
all think
himself
I'm a
brave.
hero, all right? Like, I know you all think I'm the biggest hero on the planet, but come on. Give it.
Look.
Some people are saying I have big dig energy.
No one in the years of LGBT activism, no one has had it as hard as Robert De Niro's fucking trans daughter who was only trans last week.
All right, this is a new thing.
Especially given...
But
Dude,
imagine,
this is
go-
why
imagine
old
going
gays
like,
hate him.
imagine going from being an ugly guy to an ugly girl.
The current
political climate. The current political climate. Let me guess. Buzzword. We got some more buzzwords. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're a millionaire. You were born a multimillionaire.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You'll never work a day in your life. You'll never understand actual struggle. You'll always be fine. Even if both of your parents croak, you're gonna have multi-million dollars forever, and you're gonna be offered A24 films for the rest of your life.
You motherfucker.
You know I'm right.
Oh, that
current
hurt
climate.
me. A24 hurt my soul.
There are folks who...
folks. There's another one. How many buzzwords?
Who have it much harder than I do, who live in areas, who have circumstances that are much more dangerous and scary than I do, who, despite all that, still live their truths.
This humble.
Sorry, the truth thing. That
You have to live your truth.
And come out. And I want to hold space for them. I want to recognize them. I want to say thank you to them.
Do you know who's a really, really like fascinating like interview whenever he does interviews is Steven Sciarippa. Played Bobby from The Sopranos, whatever, right? And he is, first of all, he's pretty dumb in some ways, just like the character Bobby, but like he worked in like legendary places from like the 70s into the 80s. Like he ran the Riviera, he ran like the Palms Casino in Vegas. So he like brushed up with real mobsters, and he ran like comedy clubs and like music acts. And like, dude, he's even said about Robert De Niro, he's like, I never liked Robert De Niro. He goes, you give the guy a script, and like when Scorsese gives him instruction, yeah, he does great. He goes, I've met him 100 times. He goes, he's brain dead. There's no human there. Like when you talk to him,
So he's just
an empty shell of
yeah.
a man. There's nothing interesting about him. He has no hobbies. Like he just sucks. I love Steven Sciarippa because he will just bury people like legends, because he'll be like, and it's not like because he's bitter, it's not like everybody's a fucking asshole, because there's certain people who'll go, oh, I met that guy, he's like the loveliest guy you've ever met, he's such a sweet guy, blah blah blah, and then I'll go, what about this guy? And I'll be like, that guy's a fucking jacko. Like he was going off about Ellen, he said what a cunt Ellen, but he said Robert De Niro sucks. He said Ellen, he goes, I used to book Ellen back in like the old days in Vegas when she was just a fucking comic. He goes, and she was cool back then. He goes, when we won an Emmy for The Sopranos, he goes, I saw her at the Emmys, And I went up and I was just like, hey, Ellen, I don't know if you remember me. I used to book you, all these years ago. He goes, she literally just stared at me. Didn't say a fucking word. And I just went back to talking to her friends. And dude, it was like, it's so like, it's cool when a guy that just doesn't give a fuck, he'll tell you, like, he's loaded for the rest of his life. He doesn't give a shit.
Right.
But yeah, he said Robert De Niro is like an empty shell of a fucking man.
I believe it.
Who have it much
harder, so much
harder than I do, who live
privilege.
in areas, who have circumstances that are much more dangerous and scary than I do.
Well, the problem is she didn't have a male role model in her life.
Who, despite all that, still live their truths.
Yeah.
And I want to hold space for them.
I want to hold space for them. I want to be like some sort of human dilator.
I want to recognize them. I want to say thank you to them.
Okay, you're welcome. I can't. I think I'm gonna. I can't. It's so
Tap it
boring.
out.
Even at least Dylan Mulvaney, as annoying as she is, at least has energy. So we have something there.
And at least Dylan Mulvaney pretends they're happy.
Yeah, they're not.
Dylan Mulvaney's, but no, seriously, think about it. Dylan Mulvaney is not burdening us with all of the dark shit is really going on in there.
Yeah.
To Dylan Mulvaney's credit, it's never like, I'm sad, please do. It's always like, hi, everybody. And you're like, okay, you're exhausting.
Mm-hmm.
Stop rolling around on the floor on Price is Right. Those are dirty floors.
Also, Dylan Mulvaney's trans Drew Barrymore, basically.
Yeah.
Also, some news being made overnight. President Trump signing another executive order. This one aimed at cutting funding for NPR and PBS. What more could
Good.
Can you tell us about that?
Craig, you're right. The president ordering the end of federal funding for both public news outlets, which the White
I think
House
that, frankly, we should give government money to successful channels if they are already successful. FX will be getting money. PBS are losers.
He's going to bring back Spike TV. He's going to have a Spike TV mandate.
Oh, my God.
Trump is bringing back Spike.
I will be redirecting these funds to bring back Spike TV. Ultimate Fighter.
Welcome home, John Taffer.
What is it? Tough Enough. We're going to bring back Tough Enough.
Let's go. Fuck yeah, let's go.
BattleBots. BattleBots, folks. We're going to settle international. Imagine like
international wars.
Yeah.
Are settled in the
we will have
arena.
Ukraine versus Russia. BattleBots. We will save a lot of lives this way, frankly. And we'll get Bud Light. We'll get Bud Light, a great American brand.
Yeah, and they're gonna have huge mismatches. Like it'll be Canada versus like Uganda, and Uganda's just a kid with an AK. They can't make robots.
And then we could also have countries relive old beefs that maybe they didn't get over.
Classic beefs.
Yeah, like England versus Argentina. We'll do like the Falklands War too, but we're robots, so nobody gets hurt.
I actually really like this.
We have turned the entire West Bank into one big slam ball court. We're bringing slam ball back.
Slam ball, let's go.
Full contact trampoline basketball.
We will finally have a channel for slap fight. I hear Power Slap is a big show. Dana White assures me it is not a money laundering scam. It is not a loss leader for the UFC, so they don't have to pay taxes. It is not that.
Honestly, if it is that, even more respect to him.
Oh, absolutely.
It's so cool.
That's my theory anyway, because every conglomerate needs to have a few divisions that are loss leaders, so you write them off on taxes. And I think Dana White. That's why we had all that free food and booze at Power Slap. It's supposed to lose money.
The food was good though.
Yeah.
So thank you. It was weird because you're right.
It's the only way to explain why these bums like Sneeko get free food.
Yeah, when we went over there, it's true. It's now the thing about it. The food was sponsored by Write Off, so now that makes sense. I just thought it was weird. There was an accountant at the shawarma station.
Yeah, he kept asking me how many of those Monster Energy alcohol things did you have?
Yeah, he really needs an exact number.
Of biased and partisan news coverage and programming. Federal funding notably counts for about 15% of PBS's and 1% of NPR's.
Wow, 1%. So they don't need it, right? So what you're pointing out is that they don't need it, right?
budget, with the rest largely coming from outside donations.
PBS is hilarious because PBS, it's like, we need to fund them. If you watch PBS, they're still playing shows from like 50 years ago over and over again on repeat. What new stuff is on PBS? Fucking Sesame Street's on HBO now, so what is PBS even doing?
Begging for money.
Oh, yeah.
Likely not going to shut down either outlet, but the critics say the cuts could largely impact the communities that rely on local stations and their programming. Notably, this
What communities rely on local stations? Everyone has internet now.
This made sense in 1984.
Right.
When people still had antennas on their TV and you were like, well, we can't afford. They actually don't even offer the big cable packages up here in Appalachia.
Mm-hmm.
You literally did have a few broadcast stations, and it was like, shit, man, if we were at war, maybe PBS was sometimes how adults got their shit at night because that was the only channel. But yeah, we have internet now, like you said. We have Starlink.
We don't need this.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
What are we doing?
Move is all but certainly going to be challenged in court. Of course, it's just the latest chapter in President Trump's clash with the media. We have reached out.
I like, by the way, his clash with the media. Like, listen, say what you want about Trump, but like, you guys started it. Like, this is not one of those things where you're like, yeah, Trump really went out. No, Trump actually wants to be. Here's the thing about Trump. Trump wants to be liked.
Mm-hmm.
That's why one of Trump's biggest blind spots is people like Lindsey Graham saying how handsome he looks, and that's all it takes. So Trump wants the media to like him. He wants these people to. You guys immediately fucking started ripping into the guy because he posted a photo with a taco bowl. By the way, happy anniversary to that. It's been 9 years.
That's awesome.
Cinco de Mayo today. So yeah, shut up.
Out to NPR and to PBS and have not received.
You know, if you guys had just stayed in your lane
Mm-hmm.
and stuck with your Thomas the Tank Engines and your Mr. Rogers and your jazz plus jazz equals jazz, we probably would have stayed all up out of your pockets.
Yeah,
but you got a little too personal.
Mm-hmm.
You started calling everybody Nazis. You got a little nasty yourselves. So now it's time to take a little pay cut.
You saw the chick that runs PBS came out and she goes, we're trying to be fair to everybody. We're trying, but nobody on Trump's administrations wants to do any of our shows. And it's like, yeah, you called them fascist and said they were horrible. Why would they? No. You know what? We don't want to be racist, but no black guys come to our Klan meetings.
Seriously.
Do you see dissent as an essential part of democracy?
Nice freeze frame.
Hell yeah.
It's a part of democracy. It is. You're
Is
always
it an
going to have
important
dissent.
part of democracy?
Yeah, you're always going to have, Kristen, you're always going to have dissent. There's nothing you're going to do about that. Am I going to get 100% unified? It would be a strange place. I can't even imagine it where 100%. Look, you have people that are good people. They're very smart people. And they honestly believe we should have open borders and the entire world should be allowed to pour into our country. I think it's a 95-5 issue, but they believe it. They're not even bad people. Some of them are bad. You have people that honestly believe that men should be allowed to play in women's sports. Some of these...
They don't really... Here's the thing, I disagree. They don't really believe that. I mean, that's not fair. I guess you're right. Some do believe it. I think some of the actual people that go through these surgeries and stuff really believe it. But I don't think anybody like wearing a tie in Washington.
No, they're
really
just chess
believes
pieces.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they're just chess pieces.
Well, chess binding pieces. But yeah.
These people, I don't know any. I haven't been able to find any, but they exist. They say it's an 80-20 issue. I don't believe that. I think it's a 97-3 issue.
Do you think
That's good. And you know what? All stats are made up. 30% of people know that.
people should have the right to criticize you without fear of reprisal?
Absolutely, yeah, I do. That I do.
And how do you square
And I
that?
think that happens.
How do you square that with the fact that you have passed these executive orders asking the Attorney General to look into some of the people who've criticized you, who've been harshest against
I have been.
Well, a lot of those people that you're talking about have committed crimes. Like, Trump's not doing something insane, like going after Twitter people and doxing them, like stuff like that.
Yeah,
You know, like that's what you guys were
did
doing.
it. No,
you know?
no, can I correct you? Doxing kids.
Yeah, you
guys tried to
doxed
dox a
kids.
kid.
Like, you guys are the ones that did that, okay? So you called half of the country a bunch of Nazis. That was you guys. And any dissenting opinion, I'm sorry, where did you guys stand on when we were losing our fucking YouTube channels and losing money and losing and people were losing their lives because they were just taught. We were criticizing a vaccine. What about that? What about those people? You didn't think we should be part of society. I remember NBC saying that we shouldn't be getting medical rights, that we shouldn't have medical rights because we didn't want to get something. No. But you're right. We should be worried about Trump, not what Trump might do, but not the thing that you guys actually did. It blows my mind. They come here like it's like somebody walking up to you, right? Just fucking stabbing you 3 times, and then you fucking running up to them and punching them, and they're going like, "I can't believe you fucking punched me. I did nothing to you. You guys did this. You did this to your fucking selves." And honestly, a lot of the people, stuff that he's having looked into is stuff that should be looked into. A lot of this was politically motivated. A lot of this was censorship. A lot of the election was fishy, since we're on YouTube, is the best way to say it. Very fishy.
Investigated more than any person in the history of the United States of America. I've been investigated more than the late, great, as I say at my rallies, Alphonse Capone. Alphonse Capone was a nasty man. He was a...
And the reason they couldn't do anything to Trump was, at the end of the day, they might not like the write-ups he took, but the one thing Trump always did do was pay his taxes.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know why he pays taxes? Because the guy was a New York real estate guy, and that's the one way they will fuck you.
the highest level gangster. And I have been investigated more than Al Capone, more than anybody. These people are evil people, and I won. And I'll tell you what, all I want to happen is for the Department of Justice and the FBI. Pam is great, and Cash is...
No, she's not. Pam sucks, and Cash sucks, too.
It's great. I think they're two great people. But they're their own people. They want to do a fantastic job.
Clearly they're their own people. That's why we don't get the Epstein fight logs.
Yeah, that's why they say they're going to do something, and then they just don't do it.
That's not
They
true.
say
They
they're
do
their
the
own people.
opposite. They say they're going to fire all the FBI agents to try to ruin the J6ers. Remember, he said he was going to do that, but instead they give him promotions.
Well, you got to, sometimes people, have tenure.
And all I want to do and all I want to ask for is that they be allowed to do their job. I'm not telling them to do anything, and I believe I have the right to do it. I'm, in theory, the top law enforcement officer as the president. We went over this once before, and it turned out I was right. But I'm not looking to use that. We have two great people, and we have many, many incredible people under them, and I just want them to do their job and do it well.
Thanks for... Also, I'd rather have Rape Guy.
Yeah.
Rape Guy's less off-putting.
You know what?
A federal judge.
Can I just say something? MS-13 or not, I'm just sick of hearing about this fucking guy.
You mean the Maryland man?
The Maryland man, yes.
Judge is threatening to hold the Trump administration in criminal contempt for not
Oh, yeah, and what are you going to do? He'll pardon himself.
taking active steps to comply with the court's order on deportations as they continue to fight them. As the president argues that fulfilling his campaign promise to carry out mass deportations may take precedence over giving immigrants the right to due process under the Constitution. ABC News senior White House correspondent Selena Wang joins me now with more. Selena, walk us through exactly what the
spelled W-O-K.
The president said about the Constitution, and what more do we know about Kilmar Brego Garcia, the migrant from Maryland who was deported to El Salvador?
Oh, yeah, he Batman. He terrible. I know.
Oh, he's so bad. Mr. Trump, deport everybody.
It's never.
It's going to be the whitest thing in the world. Here we go.
Yeah, Phil, this was a wide.
Yeah, Phil,
Yeah,
this
Phil,
is all.
absolutely.
Yeah, Phil.
It was pretty
We'll
crazy
get it one day.
story.
One day, we're going to get it right one day, boys. You'll
Yeah,
see.
one day you're gonna. One day it's gonna be a Chinese sounding person. They're gonna be white blonde girl.
Oh,
What the
God.
fuck?
Raging conversation with NBC's Kristen Welker, and the president said he doesn't know if every person in the United States is entitled to their due process rights as under the Constitution. And when Welker followed up and asked if it is his duty as president to uphold the Constitution, the president said, "I don't know." Defer.
So wait a second. Immigrants get to come in here illegally by the fucking boatload. And then to get rid of them, they all have to give them all a trial?
To his lawyers. Now, the Supreme Court has already made it clear that the Trump administration must give deportees their right to due process. And this comes as the Trump administration has come under scrutiny for its immigration campaign, which includes using the Alien Enemies Act, which is a centuries-old wartime law to deport migrants with little or no due process sent.
Yeah, but like, didn't you guys use like espionage laws very recently that hadn't been used for like 70 years because you didn't like, was it Giuliani or some shit? It was somebody.
Was it Giuliani?
I don't remember, but they used like old espionage laws that were never fucking used. Like, what? So shut up.
Sending some of them to a notorious prison in El Salvador, deporting at least one person by mistake, including Kilmar Abrego
What's the name of that prison in El Salvador? I forget the name. It has a specific name.
Garcia.
Like a scary name.
The Supreme Court has ordered the Trump administration to facilitate the return of Abrego Garcia. President Trump previously told our
This
ABC.
is, when you think about the amount of money, time, and energy it's getting wasted on this one asshole.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Told
just-
our
this is how they beat. This is how they win. They grind everything to a halt over one guy. And then,
Iran just-
before we know it, Trump's presidency is over.
Yep.
Just days ago
CCOT.
on ABC News that he has the power to do so, but in this latest interview, the president says it's up to the government of El Salvador.
Selena, the president is saying he's now not
Hear me out. Make a little bit of extra money. So you know how we're paying El Salvador to take them? Like, you're giving a little bit of money to take the illegals in their prison?
Mm-hmm.
Let's make our money back. They're all wearing white anyway. Sponsorships on the prisoner cell, on this prisoner stuff.
Okay.
We sell sponsorships. They're on camera all the time now anyway. We do it right now. Also, what are those prisons, Pessy, where the Filipino prisons where they make them all dance or they kill them?
Yeah. The Filipino prison
Have
where
you
they
seen the
all, there was like a
Filipino
documentary about
prisons?
it. They all do Thriller.
Filipino prisons.
I'll get it for you. Hold on.
They make all the prisoners dance, and it's like it looks cool, like 'cause they try to market like, look how good we are prisoners. But the reality is, if you don't do it, you're like you don't get.
They kill you and
That's
cane
it.
you
They
and
don't
shit,
fucking
yeah.
care. It's really bad. But they get all these male prisoners to do all these gay ass dances.
All right, hey, do you want Thriller?
Thriller.
They Don't Care About Us, Gangnam Style. What are we feeling?
Thriller. Let's go Thriller. Let's go a little
Okay,
Thriller.
the OG. Okay, here's the OG.
Yeah,
Here,
yeah.
I'll send it to you.
Thank you. This is the prison where I think we're going to start sending. Okay, so
There you go.
you know how we're sending illegals there. This is where we're going to start sending trans prisoners. Okay, that way there's no confusion. We send them right here.
Right, the Philippines. Most of them already are.
Oh yeah. This is a prison.
In the air. The funk.
I skipped ahead of it here. Frozen, is that you? Frozen, is that you? Frozen, is that you? Frozen, is that you? Frozen.
This
is
would
that
be
you?
really funny to just make prisoners like do musical theater. Theater amusement.
Yeah. I
Like,
mean,
what-
it is great.
That's the best torture
It's great.
ever.
Yeah.
I would rather just get starved and tortured and beaten by the guards than.
Then have to do musical theater.
Yeah, you know what I mean. This is genius. What torture?
It's Cinco de Mayo.
Observances may be a little subdued today. Some events surrounding the annual celebration of Mexican culture have been canceled this year amid
Good. Why were they canceled?
the Trump administration's immigration crackdown.
So are you implying that a bunch of legal people were going to these rallies and you're afraid of them going to those rallies to round them up?
That includes the annual Cinco de Mayo parade in Little Village. Doug was
Remember in Arrested Development where they had Quattro de Cinco where the white people did before where they broke maracas and they broke Mexican stuff?
Yes.
is joining us live from Washington to talk about what else we may see or not see across the country.
Thank you. Yes, and my face is too young for my hair.
Good morning. There will still be some Cinco de Mayo celebrations today across the country, but a number of cities have decided to take a pass this year.
An El Paso.
I'm sorry. Are Mexicans really that into Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, that's like their Christmas.
No, I don't know. Every time I've ever gone out for Cinco de Mayo, it's always white people.
Yeah, Mexicans are usually working on Cinco de Mayo and selling stuff to white people. Oh, that's true.
Many
It's kind of like what St. Patrick's Day is to anybody that's a real Irish alcoholic. It's not a special day. We're like, eh.
Yeah. When I think of like Cinco de Mayo in America, I think of like white people in the backyard. They've got some Hobby Lobby decorations,
Hell
a
yeah.
piñata. They're
Awesome.
making white people tacos. Like,
Hell
fuck yeah, let's go.
Or they all go to a taco restaurant because they think that's original.
Yeah.
Hell
and
yeah.
has some classic real Mexican beers, Coronas.
And then they wonder why there's a fucking 2.5 hour wait time at every taco restaurant.
Hey guys, you want the best night to order pizza tonight?
Honestly,
For real.
Cinco de Mayo, get some Chinese food. You'll be in and out. 5 minutes.
To usher in Cinco de Mayo with a parade. Not this
Actually, I
year.
want some Chinese food.
We have seen
so many things going on around the country, and we don't want to take a chance.
We don't want to take a chance.
Good call.
A number of cities have canceled events due to stepped-up immigration enforcement.
But explain why. Are there illegals there?
Around the country. And the president was asked whether illegal immigrants deserve due process rights under the Constitution.
I don't know.
Mountain Dew process.
Well, the Fifth Amendment says
I don't know.
as
It seems it might say that, but if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials.
Every person in this country deserves due
I
process.
think that we should
and-
just arrest everyone who looks like you. Throw them over the border.
Over administration efforts to step up deportations, a clearly frustrated President Trump is talking about reopening Alcatraz, the notorious island prison off the coast of San Francisco that has been shuttered for decades as part of a broader effort to crack down on crime.
And it's just so ridiculous what's happening. And it's long been a symbol.
I saw the Catholics are praying not to get a black pope. Not like the wrestler, the TNA wrestler.
Oh, D'Angelo De Niro?
No. Now he's D'Angelo the House Show. The Pax Americana, Robert De Niro's son is definitely a Mersh girl. Jen RFC says, is De Niro's trans daughter wearing one of Maury's wigs? They don't fall off. Good reference. One of Maury's wigs don't fall off. Tom Morello's, yeah, but she's half black, so she's not going to jump in the pool like the commercial from the Goodfellas. This tranny is hated by his black family. It's bad enough their baby girl married a cracker, but now they have this thing as a family. Okay, well, that was brutal, and we don't agree with anything they're saying on this YouTube. That's pretty fucked up, dude. We're in a show of allies here, okay? That's what we are. All right, let's see. I was going to check Ko-Fi to see if anything come in there. Of course, I logged into the wrong one, so now I don't know.
Idiot.
Hold on, guys. I'm doing something. Okay. All that for no Ko-Fi donations. Guys, if you like what we're doing, and I know
Why
a lot
would
of you
you?
do. Shut up. I know a lot of you. Come on.
I mean, no, it is good that you like it.
Somebody has to. Revenge of the Sith.locals.com or patreon.com/we're not sorry. Either one of those for $7 a month. You get every single Wednesday show. You get half of Friday's show. You get all of our movie riffs. And what was the movie we decided again? I keep forgetting. What was the movie?
The Rachel Ziegler, Fred Durst,
That's right.
seminal classic Y2K.
We'll be watching Y2K this month. Guys, $7 a month is how we do it. And you also get all the audio version of the podcast immediately after the show. There's no waiting and no commercials, which is the most important part. And you help us keep doing the show. A backlog of all of our old shows. I mean, you get a whole bunch of stuff. So that's how you help us out. We'll be right back. Stay where you are.
Support for Pawnee Community Radio comes from listeners like you and from the new film, The Shadows of Seven Heads, the dramatic tale of an Israeli soldier who falls in love with conjoined Palestinian sextuplets. Out soon from Focus Features.
Welcome to Thought. For your thoughts, I'm your host, Derry Merbles, sitting in for Nina Joplin, who is touring the country performing a spoken word opera about pear-shaped women. My guest today is City Councilwoman Leslie Knope.
It is a pleasure to be back, Derry. Your show last week on dolphin lactation was just riveting radio. Derry, my team and I are trying to build a park. And we need input on the design from you, the citizens of Pawnee. So I guess I'm here to send out the bat signal.
A bat signal, for listeners who might not know, refers to the children's character, the Bat Man, a strong gentleman who fights crime nocturnally.
That's correct. Well put.
Coming up after the break, movie reviews with Ken Tucker, who is filling in for David Bianculli, who is in New York filling in for Ken Tucker. Leslie, would you like to introduce the next segment?
Okay. Now it's time for Jazz plus Jazz equals Jazz. Today we have a recording of Benny Goodman, played over a separate recording of Miles Davis.
Research shows that our listeners love jazz.
Second hour ROTC. Thank you for staying with us. We do appreciate it. If you signed up over the break, you guys are the real heroes. You help us keep doing the show. So if you did, thank you. If you didn't, maybe consider doing it. It'll make us real happy. You don't want us to be sad, do you? Do you know who is sad? Dave Portnoy's a little sad.
I heard about this.
Dave Portnoy's a little sad.
Yeah,
He's a little sad. He's a little sad boy. So let's see. Let's see what big old tough Dave is upset about.
A night out at a Center City sports bar turns into a national controversy, with Philadelphia police and Temple University now investigating after a customer ordered a disturbing anti-Semitic.
Anti-Semitic what? Are you guys still there?
Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Hello?
No, I'm just checking. So that wasn't my internet.
Sign to be put on display.
Oh, that was just you. That was YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
No, that was just YouTube. That was YouTube's farting out. Okay. Let me back.
I think it was them. You know.
Out at a
Barstool. Big Barstool.
Is that what we're calling them now?
Center City sports bar turns into a national controversy, with Philadelphia police and Temple University now investigating.
Oh my God!
Why are they investigating? It's not illegal.
After a customer,
I mean, I guess graffiti's illegal, but that's
customer ordered a disturbing anti-Semitic sign to be put on display at Barstool on Sanson Street. And members of the staff
What was the sign?
complied. This is the 10 o'clock news. I'm Jennifer Lee.
Wait, what was the sign?
Temple is among the latest to respond to the sign without.
What's the sign?
Cry, saying at least one of their students was involved and is suspended.
Oh, wait,
Members
hey,
of the
you have
Jewish
me.
community
The
are
sign
also
was
condemning
"Fuck
it, along
Jews."
with Barstool.
Oh, that's it?
I'm pretty sure. Yep.
Huh.
Founder David Portnoy
Yeah, something,
and Kelly tonight.
something I
Police
would look at and then go, and then just continue drinking with my friends.
tell you they're investigating as.
Said they are looking into the video that surfaced on social media showing the anti-Semitic sign.
But why? Who cares? It's like fucking who cares? Honestly, if this said fuck Spix, I wouldn't give a flying fuck. I'd laugh probably. Who cares?
Now, Portnoy, who is Jewish, says the two
What?
I had no idea.
waitresses that made the sign were fired, and says he is sending the two that ordered the sign to Auschwitz to tour concentration.
Whoa, you're sending them to Auschwitz?
Really?
That's a pretty extreme.
Were fired, and says he
Yeah,
is
look,
sending the two that
we
ordered
don't
the
like
sign
Dave
to
Portnoy
Auschwitz to
either,
tour
but, like,
concentration camp.
Come on, man.
He's sending him to Auschwitz to tour concentration.
Sign to Auschwitz to tour concentration
Yeah. You
camps.
didn't
He
see
says
his
he is
video?
paying for that. Now, I spoke with some leaders in the.
No, hold on a second. Wait a second.
He
Why
made
would
a
you
video.
But fucking, I know they're gonna play it here. I think in a second. But sending him over there, pay for why? I mean, just because something horrible happened to a people doesn't mean you can't be annoyed at those people.
No,
Something horrible. No. But in any I'm not talking about Jews specifically. I'm talking about in general, right? Like just because something
Yeah, and in
horrible
general,
happened.
you'd be right, except in the case of Jews.
What? What does one thing have to do with the other thing?
You're not looking at it this way. A woman says the N-word in a park, gets a fucking $600,000. This guy puts up a fuck Jew sign, gets a free trip to Poland. You know how expensive a flight to fucking Poland is?
Well, I guess you're right. I guess it pays very well to be racist.
Guys,
The Jewish community.
are we not being racist enough?
Wait, hold on. Hear me out. I do have a joke, but I don't think it's in on YouTube, but I'll try. Dave Portnoy was quoted as saying, one, everybody knows the rules.
That's, I remember the old Dave Portnoy.
That's good.
Thank you.
Tonight who do tell me they feel that's a good first step.
I've been shaking.
Ew.
Over a sign that says "fuck Jews."
Can we say that?
That is really weird.
Can we agree that Dave is getting progressively more Jewish looking as he gets older? That is just something that Jewish people. I mean, the older they get, the more it just comes out.
Barstool creator Dave Portnoy.
They should change the name to Barstool Schwartz. Am I right?
Is that a Poconos joke again?
Heyo.
That's a
Hey, man, I'm
Poconos
just
joke.
prepping.
Okay.
Taking to his social media furious this afternoon, shortly after this video shared widely on social media.
By the way, they blur it out, so it just looks like the sign just says Jews.
Showed an
Wait, what's blurred out? Does it
Jews.
say "Yay Jews" or "Boo
Boo
Jews"?
Jews.
Depending on your stance on Jews.
Semitic slur on a sign ordered at bars.
Okay, but hear me out, Pessy. You have to tell me because you're the Jewish one here. Fuck Jews bad, but what if I put a yeah in between fucking Jews? What if it was like fuck yeah
no,
Jews?
no. Hear me out. Line up here if you want to. Fuck Jews.
Okay. What if that? What? Hold on. What if the sign "fuck Jews" was like have sex with Jews?
Yeah.
What about that? What if they were just helping their Jewish bro get flayed?
Yeah. What if it said like fuck women Jews?
No.
Yeah, what about fuck, comma, Jews are funny.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, seriously, there's a lot of reasons. Or
Looking
what if they were dyslexic and they meant to say "juice fuck"?
There you go.
What is "juice fuck"? Or maybe you read it. Maybe you have to read it backwards, like one of those fucking anime books.
Barstool Sampson Street in Center City Saturday
Mangas.
night.
Or what if you meant it in like a different tone, like fuck Jews?
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, I like that. Come on, there's a lot of reasons.
You know, a lot of things are lost in text.
Honestly, I'm sorry, but if it was just said "fuck Jews," that's not. If it would have been "fucking Jews," that's a little harder.
Or what if it was like fuck Jews?
Like two sentences,
Yeah.
right? Maybe they ran out of. Sometimes with those signs, you run out of the punctuations, the little like. So they just, you have to just like. Wing
What
it.
if like
I would have made the S a dollar sign.
What if there was like a music festival and some bad things happened at it, right? And then I arrive and I'm like the detective investigating the case, and I go, detective, there's 70 people dead, and I go, oh my God, who's dead? And they go, Jews, and I go, fuck, Jews?
Yeah, what
Like
if you're
I'm
saying it like
crushed
that?
by
You're
the
allowed
loss
to
of
say
life.
it that way.
What if it's an incomplete venue sign and they didn't finish it and it's actually supposed to say tonight fuck, tomorrow Jews?
That's right.
It's a
Thank
marquee,
you.
like for
Yeah.
Yes.
for a small local theater.
Yeah, exactly.
Open
It's
mic
got
on, and it says fuck, and then Jews, and then open mic on Tuesday.
Open mic Tuesdays. They have
Improv.
open mic Tuesdays.
Off Broadway, there would be a play called Fuck, followed the next night by a play called Jews.
Oh man, we are begging for getting in trouble on this.
We're
one,
not going to get in trouble. We're actually pointing out all the positive ways. We're turning a horrible thing into a positive thing, if anything.
You guys should have hired us. You would have had to go all the way to Auschwitz.
Yeah, seriously. You could have stayed right here. We would have just made some jokes.
There
like
is something
normal people
funny
do.
the way the news phrased it, though. They're like, Dave Portnoy was disappointed in this anti-Semitism, so he's sending them to Auschwitz.
Yeah,
You're like,
what?
whoa!
No, Dave,
Jeez.
Dave, we're overreacting a little bit. Christ. They put up a "fuck you" sign, so we're sending him to the concentration camp.
Philadelphia police confirm they are looking into the video.
He was pained by it, and he is pained by it.
This is a policeman? Jonathan Policeman. Hello, my name's Jonathan Policeman. No, it's a Philadelphia policeman.
And he is pained by it, and he's angered by it, and he would like to find ways to...
He's not really a cop. He's a chaplain. He's the Jewish chaplain for all those Jewish police officers they have.
To help
They're called lawyers.
avoid that from happening in the future, not just in his establishment,
But who cares?
but anywhere.
Who cares?
Rabbi David Kushner, a chaplain with the Philadelphia Police Department, says he spoke with Portnoy about the incident, which he calls incredibly concerning.
And Portnoy was really fucked up because he just lost $100 grand on a parlay, so he was not in a good mood when he showed up.
Especially just days into Jewish American History Month.
What?
It's Jewish American History Month right now?
Is it?
I don't know. You would know.
Would I? Royce.
No, you wouldn't.
Would I?
No, honestly, in that case, Virgie would more likely know because of his racism.
That's what
Every single person deserves basic.
That doesn't really make sense.
All
to
right,
me.
look,
Like,
I'm not a but little hat connoisseur, Pessy, but I feel like you're supposed to wear that more to the back of your head, right?
Also, it's getting bigger.
Human decency. And
Maybe
what
it's
we
just moving slowly like an ice flow.
You know those like head suckers on Futurama?
saw in that video does not meet that standard. Does not even come close to it.
What's going on?
Royce, he's a rabbi. It's a different thing, different kind of sucker. Oh, I have to word that carefully. I forgot I was on YouTube again.
Well, it's just okay.
Go through the front door right here.
Yeah, here's the thing, like, low key, bro, like, my girlfriend's Jewish. We just thought it was funny. That would be that.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the real thing that happened, by the way. No one here's actually anti-Semitic or racist. It's a bar with college kids, and they were like, bro, it would be fucking funny? Bro, okay. They have a friend, probably a Jewish friend. Bro, it would be fucking funny? Okay, listen. When John shows up, there's a sign outside that says, fuck Jews. And we'll be like, hey, happy birthday! You think it's hilarious.
Yeah, I called the emergency exit right there. It was kind of...
This dude's so fucking cool. This guy's a sick pup. I'm telling you right now, I can tell when someone's a sick pup. This guy's a sick pup.
weird. They made us finish our drinks.
At the bar today, Daniel Stewart, unaware of the incident, says around 4 p.m. they were suddenly told they were closing and had to leave.
Wait, you closed? You lost money?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not a very Jewish thing to do.
They shut the whole place down over this?
Yeah. Guys, are we overreacting just a little bit here?
Others showed up and couldn't get in.
It's really surprising. Like, it feels like such a bad lapse in
Fuck you, not fuck dinner service. Like, what's wrong with y'all?
judgment. Go tell your boss, or at least run it by someone. They just went
Oh, okay. Yeah, Temple student. Roddy Patel.
to go do it. I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, that's how you lose your job.
And
I don't care. It's a fucking bartending gig. Who gives a shit?
If they just get another bartending gig.
Yeah.
Statement, Temple.
I don't know if you know. I don't know if you know this, but like fucking bars don't do background checks.
No, and they always need bartenders.
Yeah.
University said they identified one student believed to have been involved and that they were placed on interim suspension, saying
They identified one of the students, Ira Goldstein, who did it.
in part, quote, anti-Semitism is abhorrent. It has no place at Temple.
I mean, that sentence makes sense. In many ways, that sentence makes. If
I
ever,
didn't even think of
if
that.
ever a sentence is made, it's more sense than that.
Didn't even think of that.
Anti-Semitism is abhorrent. It has no place at Temple.
Mm-hmm.
The university also added that students found to be involved could face expulsion.
Oh no, they're gonna get kicked out of Temple. They know Temple's in New Jersey, right?
In a second video,
Portnoy was crying his eyes out because he lost another $100,000
On another parlay. And people are like, oh my God, how is he finding things to bet on at 2 PM? What is he, Mersh?
Mm-hmm. He's betting on cricket.
Actually, I thought I was betting on the Rockets. Turned out it was in the esports category. So I was actually betting on iShow Speed, playing as the Houston Rockets. That did happen to me one time. I'm not even kidding.
Did you really?
It wasn't
Did
a
you
huge
win?
bet. It wasn't a huge bet. I did actually win because it worked out. But I didn't notice till I did like a $5 parlay one time, and I literally thought I was picking like the Cleveland Cavaliers. But it was on the esports category, and it was somebody playing as the Cleveland Cavaliers in an esports tournament. But he did win. Hey, the Cavs are good.
There you go.
They fired the 2 waitresses involved with creating the sign, and for the 2 involved with ordering it, he says he decided he wanted it to be a teaching moment.
We're gonna send these kids to Auschwitz.
Oh my God! Hold on.
Again, the way he
hold
says
on.
it, we're going to send these kids to
It was
Auschwitz.
It was 2 women. It was 2 waitresses. Do you think? Hear me out. Do you think that they're two black Kanye fan waitresses?
Ooh, it's a bar.
And they're going to do
Can I thank you, Dave? Can I just thank Dave Portnoy? I want to thank you because Nightwave Radio will be introducing a new clip for the soundboard. The fact that, Dave, you don't even realize you just gave one of the funniest clips to anti-Semites ever.
Yeah.
The clip of you saying, we're going to be sending these kids to Auschwitz.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get so much mileage out of that out of context clip of you.
a tour of the
Dave, can you get your Crocs off the fucking kitchen table, dude?
No, because I'm like billionaire white trash.
camps in Germany.
That's exactly what he is.
And hopefully learn something. And maybe
learn what? That you can't make jokes at Jewish people? That you're going to feel the guilt of 100 Jewish mothers?
On the contrary, the lesson learned is that if you do make anti-Semitic jokes, you get a free trip to Europe.
Yeah, that's what
All
Betsy said.
expenses
Exactly.
paid.
I love this.
like their lives aren't ruined and they think twice, and more importantly, other people like, see, it's not.
They think twice. They think twice that in the next time their lives will be ruined. Hey, I don't know if you know this, but some white woman just made $500,000 on saying the N-word. Canceling is kind of over, dude.
Just like words you're throwing around.
Like $700K now.
Yeah, whatever. Regardless of what, listen, I think maybe we stop giving her money now. But that being said, that's like, okay, canceling's over now, right? Right? Literally, by the way, calling a kid the N-word and she's making money. We're done now. We're finished. We're going to just say whatever we want again. And we had it. Listen, they always push the envelope so hard. There was a time there in the 90s where in the 90s, in a proper society, all of us would be agreeing. Can you believe that white lady called that kid the N-word? That's disgusting. We would all be on her. Nobody would be on her side. Nobody. Everyone would be like, you can't do that, man. That's kind of messed up.
Come on, chill.
Come on, dude, chill out. But like, they pushed everything into you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. Now it's like, yeah, good, I'm glad. I'm fucking glad. That's where we are now. We're like, yeah, I'm glad. Call more kids that.
Why do you think we all love the Burger King guy?
Yep.
That guy ruled. That's another guy that just had fatigue.
He's the Nick Fury of the Fatigue Avengers. I'm telling you.
He was the all-time, I think the all-time greatest was the fucking Burger King. Kick that N bitch off the plane! He just had it. And then follows up with another more emphatic N. You're like, wow, that man has had it.
And then he just sits back with the biggest smile.
That smile makes it, dude. I love that when they go, you can't say that. He goes, I just did. Yes, I can. I just did.
Whatever happened to that guy? Does anyone know?
I don't know, man, but that guy was a G.
Is there any follow-up on him?
No, and that's why, you know what? I don't want there to be. I want him to stay perfect. No more of this fucking, you know what I mean? These people that then they want to do a podcast and people dig into them and then they always disappoint us. Like a fucking hero, like Batman in the second movie. He showed up, he did what he had to do, and then he rode off into the shadows. Okay, that's what we need. We need more guys like that.
You're thinking of Batman, the Schumacher one in the fourth movie where he was ice skating with a diamond.
That's not the way.
That's what he was thinking about. In the gorilla suit. It was good.
That movie ruled.
It's both horrifying and dangerous.
I bet that movie would be good on acid.
Yeah. You know what's not good on mushrooms? The Wall, watching it with Joe Coletta. Fucking ruining that, Mike. Ruining my fucking trip. Let's do this one.
You say today that everything that was said by Officer Hyde is in fact not true.
Well, we now want to turn to the latest in the fallout from that bombshell interview with a Buffalo police officer, and it alleges that Buffalo public school officials have covered up instances of sexual and child abuse.
Wait a second. In beautiful Buffalo?
Well, the district's board addressed these allegations for the first time tonight after a lengthy private meeting. 2 on Your Side's Andy Payton was there tonight, and he has more details.
Scott and Mary Alice, we're coming to you.
Wow, what a weird-looking dude. He's better as Abyss, right? He's definitely better when he's Abyss.
No, that's not Joseph Park.
Okay.
Tonight
Sure?
inside
Well,
the
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
hallways of City Hall because, well, it's where we spent most of ours. As BPS officials spent the evening discussing these allegations inside an executive session.
Tonight, the Buffalo Board of Education staying behind closed doors, spending almost 3 hours
Is Andrew Ditch going to be outside?
discussing the shocking
You know,
cover
Mama
about
Ditch died.
I heard.
Yeah.
I heard.
allegations made over the weekend.
The Buffalo school system has been intentionally not.
Bro, are these guys just crushing White Claws?
Reporting the assaults of students.
Buffalo police officer Richard High blowing the whistle.
Oh, that's Donut Operator and Brand. It's the Unsubscribed podcast.
Yeah.
In
Hey
a
guys, can
tell-all-
you do me a favor though, just for my own satisfaction? Can we clear a couple of those things off the
There's
table?
too many things. There's too many liquids.
Like if
Although,
they- you know-
shout out to the homie drinking Busch Light.
Yeah, that's I love. That's one
I
of my
would
favorite
rather. I
shit
would
beers.
not gonna lie to you though. I would rather have the Busch Light than any of the White Claws on that table.
Busch Light's
a
a nice, good,
not
cheap
like White
beer.
Claw.
You know what it is about Busch Light? It's got just enough flavor of beer that it tastes like beer, but it's watery enough that if you're at the beach or you're at a pool and it's hot, you can crush like fucking 9 of those things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they're fine.
Interview on the Unsubscribed podcast, outlining specific cases where he claims BPS officials and attorneys allegedly obstructed evidence and ignored subpoenas and court orders to cover up child abuse and sexual abuse within the district.
They're failing to do the right thing for one reason or another.
Okay, look. I understand that your tag team didn't get a fair shake. Okay,
That is not
maybe
FTR
you don't pull a
bald.
gun out. Oh,
That's first of all, you got it all fucked up. You're thinking that's Dax, who's FTR bald. He's not the one that pulled the gun. That was FTR Glock.
that's what I meant. FTR Glock. Your partner, FTR Glock, pulled his gun
Oh,
out.
okay.
And
I thought you were saying
and it's push, stop your push.
That didn't stop their push.
No.
That's they're all they got at AEW.
AEW stopped their push.
And some of them are bad.
The Buffalo Board of Education has been informed of the allegations made through a podcast video on Saturday, April 26th.
Following tonight's
podcast video
executive session, the board responding to those allegations, saying they have
by starting their own podcast.
launched an external investigation.
You know, whatever
Okay,
the
before we do this, you want to talk about our sponsor, Blue Chew?
outcome from the investigation is will be shared with the public.
It comes just 24 hours after the district originally called these allegations
Women, if you're going to be up by a microphone, especially if it's a microphone that's on a table, do not wear dangly jewelry. I cannot fucking tell you how annoying that is.
truths. But tonight, district leadership not using that same language.
What's the shift from yesterday saying you're going to vigorously address these untruths to now saying you're going to investigate?
I do believe that is vigorously addressing it. The board is making a decision that they will do an
Well, you said they're
independent
untruths, though.
investigation.
I mean, I think you always hear this is an isolated incident, you know, that we take this very seriously, and I strongly disagree every time they make both of those statements.
Teachers like Mark Bruno tell me they're not sure what to think about these allegations, but also says he feels the district...
I know for what I got away with murder, basically, when I grabbed this chick's boobs. So I know for a fact if they're covering that up, they got to be covering worse things up, you know?
does have a history...
I try to be a whistleblower, but instead if I can afford, I get in trouble too, which is ironic because that's what I told the kid.
Oh, oh.
That's just sad.
That's
That was
just
a sad-
dark.
That was a sad thing.
I
you
know,
said.
it's a sad thing I said.
That was dork.
I was very dark, I know.
of looking the other
That
way.
joke was so dark. Merce just thinking about dating it.
Yeah, no, seriously. Oh, shit.
There's a culture of downplaying violence and other incidents like the officer is mentioning in this district really since I started over 20 years ago.
Now, we reached out to the Buffalo Police Department to see if any
Anthony Cumbox donated $50. Anthony Cumbox. Hey, guys, longtime fan here. Just wanted to let you know you're both hilarious. Unfortunately, that doesn't change the fact that Mersh prefers the Smith machine when he goes to the gym, and then a bunch of crying emojis. Thank you for $50, man. That's really nice. I appreciate it. Mersh doesn't because you made fun of him. He hates it so much. Or you'll forget about it and doesn't care. But he will not forget.
Dude, they
about
crank out a
this.
lot of content.
Yeah, they do, man. Yeah, they do, man. This video just on TikTok had 500,000 views, but here you go. When we heard shimmy, when we heard a shimmy a day keeps the post Disney trip blues away. Hell yeah!
Oh yeah.
I don't get it. So these fat pigs hang out together even when they leave Disney, and
yeah. But you know what's funny is
They're fat.
Well, no, but Pessy did a thing. He showed the real video before they did motion stabilization because, well, here you go, Mersh.
Okay, who did this?
Pessy.
Okay, the fucking rocks made it.
Good job, Pessy. That was very, very funny.
Please tell me this is posted somewhere.
It is posted on Pessy's timeline, and I'm
Please tell me
retweeting
somebody
it.
will find.
I am
make sure it
retweeting
finds
it
its
right
way to
now.
them.
Make sure that they see it, guys. Make sure that they know.
We have all of us blocked by now.
But they don't have everybody blocked. They don't have all of our fans blocked.
They don't have the whole world
They don't have the whole world blocked. We got a little bit more of them.
Have you been dying to have dinner at Storybook Dining?
Oh my god, look at her trying to sit in a chair with arms. She's trying to sit in a chair with arms.
Oh no.
Have you been dying to have dinner at Storybook Dining at Artist Point with Snow White, but you weren't sure if you'd fit? Hey everyone, we're plus size park hoppers. We range in sizes from 2X to 5X.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Did you
she
see
didn't
that?
fit.
That was her.
Oh, no.
Make sure you like this video and follow.
Look at how. Listen, can I give fat women some advice? If your back is that fat, don't wear a little back. Wear like a purse or something. Don't wear a little backpack because the little backpack just makes your back look. You know what I mean? It makes your back look bigger.
Can I give some advice to the large ladies out there? Don't listen to him. I think it looks really great.
Stop. Fine, do whatever you want. I don't care.
Us from our plus size Disney
Somebody
tips
wouldn't be giggling if you saw that.
Of course, I'd be giggling.
and tricks. On this episode of If.
Oh God bless, ma'am. All of them.
On this episode.
All of them are getting bigger. All of them are getting bigger.
Well, yeah, that's the point of the channel. It's like you're mad that they're accomplishing the thing that they're known for.
But here's what happens. They were already fat, right? And they were going to Disney on their own dime because they have money or whatever. But every once in a while, But they were going every once in a while and filming it. But now that their channel is monetized, and by the way, their Instagram and TikTok is making money.
Of course.
And they're getting ads and stuff. Now that they're monetized, now they have to go to Disney more. What does that mean? They have to go to Disney more and they have to make more restaurant videos. They have to eat more. They have to eat. They're eating actively.
I don't think
more.
they're eating any more than they were.
I think they are. I think they're already eating a lot. They're eating more. Look at her. Look at her stomach.
Episode of If I Fit, I Sits, we had dinner.
Imagine making a segment about that, about yourself.
If I fits, I sits, and if I sits, I shits.
Storybook Dining at Artist Point. This restaurant is located at Wilderness Lodge and is a character dining.
Listen, I've gotten fat, I've gotten skinny, I've gotten fat again, I've lost weight, I've gained weight, right? I've never gotten to a point where arms on a chair is a concern.
No.
And I generally, before I get to that point, will go, oh, Jesus, I got to fucking start working out again and pull the stick up. But, like, for you to just think this is adorable, like, I would be mortified to be like, oh, I do a segment on the internet called If I Fits, I Sits. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's where I go around and review restaurants and whether or not a fat shit can fit in the restaurant and eat.
You know, normal stuff.
Yeah, you know, just normal content creator stuff.
Option where you can meet characters like Grumpy, Dopey, Snow White, and even the Evil Queen. The seating here consists of half booths and tables, and all of
Half booths are their godsend to them. They love half booths.
the chairs here have arms. This is definitely something that we were not expecting. If we had known this ahead of time, we would have asked the hostess for a chair without arms when
A Larry chair. A Larry. We know they're called Larry. We know they're called Larry chair.
R.I.P. Larry, I'm assuming.
I'm assuming Larry's dead.
checking in. Most of us fit comfortably in the chairs with arms.
It's like whenever you see a YouTube video of a cat that's really fat and it's from like 9 years ago, and you're like, oh, yeah, that cat's totally dead by now.
Cat's alive.
One of us did need a chair without, and the hostess was super nice and accommodating and found one for her. For $67 per adult, we got 3 shared appetizers, our choice of entree, and 4 shared desserts. All of the appetizers were gluten allergy friendly. They have an allergy friendly menu available upon request. The shrimp came with a Bloody Mary vinaigrette. Very flavorful and everyone liked it, but I do think there was a little too much celery salt. It should be noted I don't like celery.
Yo,
Next up was the
is there anything worse than a so-called salad that's like 2 tomatoes and then like
No,
something
that's
sprinkled.
not a salad.
Like and some balsamic. Like I hate those fucking weird Italian. Like oh yeah, it's 2 tomatoes and an olive and balsamic, and I'm like that's not a salad.
That's not a salad.
Can you give me a Caesar salad that's got lettuce and some cheese and a couple croutons in it? Like that's a fucking salad, my man.
Smoky mushroom bisque. This was good in a way that it tastes like smoky dirt, if that makes sense.
No, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, Smoky Dirt sounds great. Smoky Dirt is actually an old Negro jazz musician.
So basically, it's a mushroom soup.
He was on the Colgate Hour.
So basically, it's a mushroom soup that's only mushroom flavor. Just only tastes the mushrooms. Ugh.
But only the dirt part bottom of the mushroom, too. Not even the good top part.
I think we would all agree that this isn't something that we would.
Look at her. Look at the one next to her and her boobs.
Yeah,
just
she's beautiful.
smoked.
I know. I'm so turned on by the boobs.
Mercer's so bricked up right now.
So bricked up.
Ever order on our own. The stars of the appetizers were these Hunter Harvest meatballs. They're made with turkey and chicken, and they were savory, sweet, and just all around delicious.
Those look like shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, for what I assume you pay when you go to Disney, that looks like shit. I would expect like when I get meatballs at a place, especially if you're going to be meatballs are very cheap to make. So if I'm going to a nice place and I'm spending money, I better get a nice size meatball, and it better look like a human hand formed it.
Yes.
Or I'm not fucking with you.
Almost everyone got the Royal Prime Rib. This came with
Too much. There's too much fat on the
There's
edge
too
of
much
that.
fat
There's
on
way
it.
Too much fat.
But the meat looks good. I'd still eat it.
This part
That
is a little
part's
too much, but this part's okay.
the Royal Prime Rib. This came with horseradish mashed potatoes, carrots, and a
Horseradish mash sounds good. I like horseradish and mash.
Never had that.
Oh, horseradish mash.
I'm it's
amazing.
I'm analyzing it in my head right now, and I'm going. That sounds like it would be
fucking
fire.
Yorkshire pudding. If you don't like horseradish, you can always substitute your mashed potatoes.
For chocolate cake, like I did.
Yeah. You know what? Instead of a small side of mashed potatoes, can I get a full order of mozzarella sticks?
Thank you.
Out for plain. The prime rib was really well cooked, and it wasn't overly salty like some other prime ribs on Disney property. Deanna,
It almost sounds like she's like low-key throwing shade at an ex, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah, it's not too salty like some prime ribs. Disney. Like, what did I do to you?
I do nothing.
really liked the Yorkshire pudding. Katie got the slow braised pork shank. This came with polenta and spinach. She said the pork was very
Are
tender.
you guys still eating?
They're still eating. There's a lot.
Oh wait, isn't this
We
like
really
their
enjoyed it.
individual
During-
meals though? Okay.
Our meal, we got an invitation to meet the evil queen.
Hey, do you think they ever sits and then they fits? But then when they're done eating,
they can't.
They
They don't.
sucks.
They don't fits no more.
That's why they don't like the chairs with the arms on them, because they grab onto them and then they can't get it off.
Honestly, I think she just might be misunderstood.
That'd
or
be great.
dessert.
Though. Oh, they're the evil queen. She comes over and she's like, "My God, darlings, you're all so fat."
Oh my
she's
god!
just really
Hear
mean.
me out. We have the evil queen, but played by Milo. Milo should be the evil
He
queen.
is the evil
yeah,
queen.
exactly. I'm telling you, he should. Mirror, mirror on the wall, Crowder is the gayest of them all. Okay.
We had the poison apple, which was
My
dark chocolate.
goodness, darling. I mean, look, when you got molested, you didn't have to take on every personality trait of someone who's been molested.
I was going to offer you a poisoned apple, but I better make it an apple pie.
I'm afraid it's just an apple, not an apple cobbler.
look, darling, I know an apple a day keeps the doctor away, but I know a great plastic surgeon I can recommend you. Does a great liposuction, dear.
Apple mousse with a sour center. We're worried about the sour center.
That
but it
sounds disgusting. No, an apple mousse
With a sour center.
sounds fucking Disney. Ew.
Hey, you want a $40 jawbreaker?
No.
Oh, it's got a dark chocolate shell. Oh,
Yeah. Dark chocolate, the most disgusting of all chocolates.
I love apples and chocolate. Those go to get, dude.
What?
Don't shit on dark.
Milk chocolate is so much better than dark.
I didn't say milk chocolate's not better, but
Dark chocolate sucks.
dark chocolate's good.
Dark chocolate's too bitter.
What?
Apples and chocolate are great together.
Dark
Always have
chocolate,
an apple.
especially with the right stuff, is really good.
Yeah, milk.
Usually when I get like chocolate milk, I get like 86% with like sea salt.
What are you, a fucking lunatic? 86%?
Whoa,
You're just
you're
eating an
psycho.
unsweetened chocolate bar. What are you, fucking maniac?
I like, well, for instance, right? Like milk chocolate, I definitely like if I'm just having chocolate.
Uh-huh.
But what if you're having like a chocolate covered strawberry? Then dark chocolate's better.
No, still milk.
Because the bitter offsets the
Still
sweet.
milk.
Of the,
I go milk, and you know what? I know some people don't like it. I like white chocolate.
Royce, they
Ew.
had
I know.
There was a special edition of M&M for Easter that I tried, and it was like the candy shell, but it was dark chocolate with a white chocolate center, and that was nice.
I had a Yugoslavian one with M&M with a cigarette butt center.
Those are good.
Those are really good. Yeah. I'm also now addicted to cigarettes.
Apple mousse with a sour center. We're worried about the sour center, but it actually worked pretty well.
You'll eat anything with sugar in it, you fat slob.
For real.
Next, we had the cookies and cream panna cotta.
Next, how many desserts do we need?
This was a surprising
shared 4 between them, they said.
favorite, and we loved the chocolate rocks. It actually kind of tasted like the gray stuff from Be Our Guest. Finally, we had the meringue and gooseberry tart.
Every dessert sounds bad, honestly. I don't like any of these desserts.
It was tart, but also sweet, and the crust was delicious. It was also served warm, which was a nice surprise. Katie was able to get gluten-free variations of these desserts, and she really enjoyed them. The final dessert was brought out in a chest, and they were enchanted chocolate hearts. Talk about presentation. These were really
It's just dry ice with chocolate.
it's really
Come
not
on,
that-
relax, man.
cute. Overall, we really enjoyed this dining experience, and the character interactions really made it for us. We hope that these tips...
Why? You're an adult. Like, why would that be the thing? Like,
why would anything about Disney?
The food food I even understand, right? Like, if you go to a restaurant and it's good food, fine, whatever, fine, that's cool. It doesn't matter where it is, it's good. Because you go to City Walk, like on Universal, like there's some good restaurants at City Walk, right? So, yeah, go to Disney Springs, right? Morimoto's there. Like, there's good restaurants you could eat at, and I get that. But as an adult, why are you going to a character thing? I don't understand that if you don't have any kids. Like, what's that for? How is that for you? Do you like to dress up people? What are you doing, right? It's weird, right?
It's like a kid going to Chuck E. Cheese, dog.
The only thing I want bothering me, like the only entertainment I want bothering me when I'm eating dinner is a mariachi band. That I'll allow.
Or a black stripper
yeah.
at Rachel's while he eats steak.
No, I would never eat it at Rachel's. I don't eat strip club foods. But I will handle a mariachi band. And by the way, when I say a mariachi band, you get one song. You know what I
Okay.
mean? You come out while I'm turning my meal, you can do one song, and then
That's
it's
it.
like, hey, that was great. I'm gonna eat now, so please don't
Get
do
the
a
fuck
second.
away
yeah,
from me.
yeah, that was great. But that was the one. Please leave. Can you imagine if you went to a place? It's like the Spanish equivalent of, imagine if you go to a restaurant and it just happens to be like 6 people's birthday, and then they just have to come out and do the song like 6 times. That would be so annoying.
So did you see they had this little Mad TV reunion on Bobby Lee's show and also Kalila?
Yeah, hey YouTube, can you stop throwing Tiger Belly clips in my algorithm? Because I don't care. Like, it's one
Dude,
thing
I've
we
been getting a
covered
lot of
on
them
this
too.
show, but for some reason, they've really been pushing Tiger Belly
Well,
lately.
check this out. Did you see Deborah Wilson and Ari Spears going at it?
No.
Oh, okay.
And I'm driving a fucking base model Chevy motherfucking Spark. Roll your windows up, bitch. So what are you what the fuck are you talking about? Where you from? Where you come from? I live in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Don't tell me shit. And I'm happier than a motherfucker with a mansion. Don't tell me shit about your life.
I want to be the motherfucker with the mansion.
No.
Why?
How many rooms do you need?
It's just
He's a black guy.
Yeah,
He wants a mansion.
They're,
Come
they're
on.
materialistic. What do you want?
always been my dream since a kid that I want to be that dude. I want to be as big as Kevin Hart.
We're already taller than him.
Yeah.
Are that dude? My thing is,
in terms of talent and ability,
right? But
my pockets don't show that.
But
Why is it? Oh, it's YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna keep playing because the audio's playing. Why did it make her
Yeah.
head big?
You'll never be satisfied. I'm just going to tell you this right now.
do you-
I'm going to be real.
Hold on.
No.
What's
Your
the number?
Stop.
What's the number?
Your
What's the
equation
satisfaction
will never
number?
be satisfied. Why? Because some other motherfucker will come along that'll take and blow the world up, and you'll want to be that. And then some other motherfucker will come around and have...
Isn't Deborah Wilson the one that's like in every video game now?
Bro, Deborah Wilson.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
There's if you actually look online, somebody has like a cut of her like she's like the same. She's in every fucking video game now.
Dude, Deborah Wilson is she is in here. I'll just give you a quick. Here's a
Honestly,
quick
she's
full list.
one of those people I actually like root for because she's really talented.
Here's all the video. Here, I'll give you all the video games that she's done voices for. All right. X-Men official game, Halo 3, Speed Racer, Metal Gear Solid 4, Dead to Rights, Grand Theft Auto 5, Infamous 2, Gears of War 4, Far Cry Primal, Final Fantasy 15, Wolfenstein 2, New Colossus, Batman Enemy Within, Just Cause 4. She's in fucking everything.
Yeah, look, there's just a few.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. Well, good for her.
Talented as you are, or possibly more, and then you're going to get upset because again, you focus on everything that is not you.
Hold up.
Everything you want.
Wait a minute.
But not what's in your present space.
If tomorrow you got that mansion and that big bag of cash, you think a switch is just going to flip on for you, and that you'll automatically be, this is what I deserve, and I'm happy.
No, but if I was Ari Spears, here's how I would answer. I don't know, but let's find out. Like, that would be my answer. Be like, maybe it wouldn't, but there's only one way to find out. Now, isn't there?
Happy man today. If tomorrow that happened for you.
From that aspect of having it?
Let's say you said, okay, you want your flowers, you're the goat, you dreamt of...
Okay, so let's say tomorrow you fuck a stepbrother and potentially your real brother. Would that make having sex and jerking off with a dog weird or less weird?
Was that before or after? That was the dog before or after the cousin?
During.
Yes. I don't know what your question was, Royce, but the answer is yes.
Okay.
this mansion your whole life.
Yeah.
If by midnight you move into that mansion of your dreams,
don't feed him after midnight.
Dreams, and you get everything you've ever dreamt about: the money, the bag, the mansion.
Stop saying the bag.
Get the bag.
No, but like
You gotta
honestly,
get the
these
bag.
people like in their 40s like saying shit like that.
Are you not getting the bag?
No, I'm not getting the bag.
Whatever it is, do you think that you could sit there and be like, okay, I got it, I'm fulfilled, I am happy?
I would be happy if I got that plus the things that really matter.
What are the things that really matter?
I'm not a great father to my kids.
Okay, we're
God,
getting
my
somewhere.
heart just exploded.
Jesus. I got dark.
So I want to tighten up my relationship with my son.
Oof, do that, and maybe the mansion will follow.
Jesus.
And as much as I love the woman who I want to marry for the third time, I cheat.
Mhm.
I fuck other women.
Yeah.
So I have a problem.
So
with
you have holes in your body that not a mansion or a bag of cash will ever fill.
Whoa, wait. If I'm going to fuck up, let me fuck up with the mansion. But not saying I want to fuck up. I'm just simply saying
I love it. I love this guy. Yeah.
That's what I've dreamt about. That's what I want. Now, if I got it tomorrow, that part I could check off the list and go, I got it. But I still would need that other shit to be in place too.
Which one can you control?
Yeah.
Why not both?
You can't control both.
Why not both?
I how you won't answer that? Do you see?
Which
Mo,
one can
ask
you-
it again.
Well, I
Which
mean,
one
no,
can
no,
you
no,
control?
The surface answer.
Or your relationship?
The surface answer is the relationship.
All right then.
That's not a surface.
But listen, what's
real.
My manager used to say to me, "You want to
If you ever do this again,
Answer.
I swear to God.
What?
Just like your hand toward, yeah, you're doing some sorcery.
No.
Okay, all right.
His quote was,
I have it too, dude.
His quote was always, you want to be rich, you want to be right. Because very rarely in this business can you be both. And I don't subscribe to that. I think you can be rich and right.
No.
Is it a harder path? Dave Chappelle is rich and right. He does whatever he wants.
But that's
says
Dave
whatever he
Chappelle.
wants.
But Dave,
Look, let me burst our Spears bubble. You're not Dave Chappelle. Though.
Yeah, that's
like you're the guy who does the Mike Tyson voice. And I know that hurts your feelings. And I know you get mad every time somebody brings it up. But I mean, if people were to go, Ari Spears, oh, who is he? The black guy of Mad TV. Since it's Mad TV, you would obviously go, which one? And then you would have to go, how would
Oh,
you
you mean like the Key and Peele guys?
No, the less funny one.
The one who they always had be Missy Elliott.
Yes.
That's the one.
Chappelle doesn't have the same circumstances. So when you tell me, hey, he's fucking other women, hey, he doesn't have a great relationship with his kids, then come to me, then step to me.
Hold on for a
But
minute.
you are
Dave Chappelle is fucking other women. He actually had a whole part of his stand-up how he got caught cheating on his wife.
no.
Okay.
You're telling me you have an opportunity, that you can create an opportunity to be wealthy first here and then see it on the outside.
Shut up.
Women are.
All of you were on TV. The rest of us weren't. Why are you bitching?
You're trying to get it both at the same time. You're never going to be rich out there. You know why, motherfucker?
Because you ain't rich here.
No, right, because you're bankrupt. You're bankrupt.
All right, video game voice. Like, no, but she's acting like she's doing like these groundbreaking stories. You're like in every Star Wars game.
That's
Aries, you're bankrupt.
That's a great. That's a great.
But my thing is,
that's a great chapter in a book.
No, it's the real. Brother,
You're
I
spiritually
love
bankrupt.
you. You are bankrupt. And my thing is this. You don't have to be. I know you. You're a good man. If you want to be a good father, continue being a good man. I know you, Aries, so don't fuck with me because right now I'm serious and I'm a little pissed off.
No.
Pissed off. You're a good man. You have
sometimes.
Oh, shut up!
This just sounds like they're all drunk.
Mad TV, guys, calm down. Listen, I like Mad TV as much as anybody else, but you're the second banana to fucking SNL. Let's relax a little bit, okay? Maybe relax a little bit.
Man, I wonder why Phil Lamar wasn't there.
Oh, because he does voices for real shows. No, seriously. Talk about someone who made so much money doing good voices. Phil Lamar does voices for, like, fucking everything. Bavarian Viking says, go on tour for the concentration camp. Just consistently say, we used to be a proper country. The Cynical Negro says, Deborah Wilson probably holds the second world record for the most prolific VA in video game next to voice actress video game next to Jennifer Hale, who I remember voicing Octon's half-sister and my Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty. Jesus, nerd. Speaking of.
Hi, it's Thomas, and today is Star Wars Day. Happy Star Wars Day.
May the 4th be with you guys was yesterday.
But if I was working, and I hope I see a customer wearing a Princess Leia white dress with the hair buns. Yes.
I don't think that's going to happen.
So I can give her a hug.
Come on, man.
Oh, poor guy.
At my work Safeway. Customer. Then I'll be the happiest courtesy clerk. If that doesn't happen, maybe Halloween. Halloween.
Can somebody who lives in the Bay Area go to his thing dressed like Princess Leia and give him a hug already?
Blow him. Oh, sorry. We had different
ideas. Well, let's get started with a hug.
Because I expect a hug from Princess Leia. From a customer who
shouldn't expect it.
Dressed up, has the white dress and hair buns. That's what I would like. Comment down below, how many times have you seen Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi? How many times have you
buddy,
seen it?
like out of the 3 originals, bud?
I'm more of an Attack of the Clones guy.
Yeah.
Sometimes say
I'm
once
I'm more of a Star Wars holiday special kind of dude.
Yeah, that's me, dude.
Hell yeah.
Just once, and that's enough.
What's the new one about the space lesbians that just came out?
Space lesbians.
Oh wait, the one with where she was like, I put a rape scene in Star Wars. I put the first ever rape in Star Wars.
Yeah, Acolyte, right? Acolyte? Was it Acolyte? Acolyte.
No, and Andor.
Andor is another one. All these
Andor's the one with the rape.
Why is there a rape in a Star Wars movie or show?
I don't know, man. Because like
But for me,
misogyny or something.
No, why is Disney raping Star Wars?
Oh,
countless times.
I miss midichlorians, dude. We laughed at those fucking Jar Jar Binks and stuff, but that was
Oh my god.
that was way better, dude. Everyone can say what they want, but at least Darth Maul was a fucking Star Wars character made by George Lucas. Now fucking space lesbians.
Man, you look back too, compared to like the Star Wars now, you look back at those prequels and you're like, Darth Maul was pretty
Darth
badass.
Maul was cool, dude. And we were just sitting here, really looked at Gift Horse in the mouth.
Yeah, really.
And then all this fucking...
We talked all that good shit.
Yeah. Nothing could be worse than Jar Jar Binks raping space lesbians.
Now what do you got?
Huh? How about that? Remember the space horses in the movie? The space horse? Remember those? There were space horses.
And now, no more rain. No more cold. Back up to the 80s, yes.
Hell yeah, Thomas.
Usually May is a warm month. Warm. It is.
Opposite of cold. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No more cold. No more rain.
Ever
for
again.
for a long time.
I was informed that they were just lesbians. They were lesbian space witches. There were also witches in the show. I didn't watch the show. They are
Cool.
lesbian space witches. So Some sort of like Charmed, but in space or something.
That sounds like a
No
good
more
show.
rain. Mm-hmm.
You know how everyone loves Hocus Pocus?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well,
You know how everyone loves Hocus
Shut up,
Pocus?
just go with me. You know how everyone loves Hocus Pocus?
What?
Yeah.
What do we give them all force powers? Hear me out. Space lesbians, which edition?
You know how
I'm
fat
doing
girls are married to guys who like Star Wars?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly, dude. Virgie, you get it.
All right, hear me out. Hear me out. We have all this Star Wars merch just collecting dust at Hot Topics and Spencer's locations all over America. How do we get that shit sold?
Okay, I have an idea. Hear me out.
All right. Okay.
Space lesbians.
All right, but is there a rate?
Of course, there's going to be a rape. Let's fucking first off. There's going to be space lesbian bed death. It's going to be a rape. Hey, Bessie, is it your first day at Disney? Of course there's going to be a rape.
This fucking guy. Who brought this guy in here?
Give me a moment. I'm getting more security at the Hot Topics. Let me just,
Okay, thank you.
You're going to be clamoring for this shit.
It's going to be rough. Just two Jedi scissoring on a T-shirt at Hot Topic.
Pessy's first day at Disney, he's getting laughed out of her room by people. The guy asked if there was going to be any
Hey, guys,
rapes.
the new guy asked if there was going to be rapes in the Disney Kids show. Of course there's going to be rapes,
Is
dude.
this your first day in the Pixar department? Is there going to be rapes?
Listen, will there be rapes here at Nickelodeon? We are talking off camera or on camera?
Because
How do you think you got the job, Amanda?
The answer is yes. To both.
Do you think Amanda got?
How do you think Amanda got the job? Sorry, guys.
And also, this maybe like the 11th, I might do Poorhouse Bistro on Mother's Day.
Okay, Poorhouse
Mom.
Bistro, let's go.
Yes,
What are you going to order? He already knows. I bet you already knows.
Mom. And sometimes it's okay to lie to your mom.
Kind of.
I mean, it is.
Okay. Hold on.
What'd you lie about?
Before we judge him.
Yes, Mom, you look beautiful on your anniversary. Something like that.
That's like that, yeah.
No, you're saying no, it's not okay to lie to your mom. No. And also...
Or my kid, like, sometimes people have to lie to their mom. Like, I remember I had to lie to my mom once. I was like, you're going to beat this thing. What?
I wish I could high five you. I wish I could high five you on that one. That was good.
What? What happened?
That was brutal. God, that was funny, but that was fucking brutal.
Holy shit.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
That was very good.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, your mom and _ have something in common. Both dead and both disappointed in you.
R.I.P. It's so hard
to say goodbye to yesterday.
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, Thomas. We didn't mean to derail you.
Memorial Day is the start of summer. Road trip season.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yes. And, next month is June.
Hell yeah.
And June 15th is Father's Day. Yes, this year. And also, I remember 20 years ago, I did pawn my grandpa's ring.
That's not very
what?
cool.
Damn.
That's ice cold. What, so you can buy scratchers?
Whoa. For what?
Because I was running out of cash.
Oh my God.
I love him.
Thomas!
By the way, I love how he said it.
I was running out of
Yeah,
cash.
it's running out of cash. What do you want from me?
Strippers aren't going to tip themselves.
And I did that. Pawn grandpa's ring. And my mom was upset with me. She was upset. She was. And also, what else am I getting?
Wow. That's
That was the end of
That's
that
the end of the story?
Ice cold.
Whew.
Did you
Also,
not
I
get
like
the
that he
ring
said,
back?
that's what I was going to say. He says he pawned it too. So it's like, well, did you go get it back? I guess not.
Say, oh yeah. Maybe the 24th I'll get my hair cut. Yes, I will.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to pawn my grandfather's watch to do that one.
Maybe he'll get it cut.
But I don't want to spend $40 on a haircut.
Yeah, no, fuck that, dude. I'm with you.
Too much. Maybe like $15.
That's going to be not a good
Might be the
haircut.
reasonable thing. Reasonable.
Where are you going to do that happen? Where's that going to happen at?
And also, I went to Disneyland 2 years ago for those rides of Star Wars. The Millennium Falcon and the Rise of Resistance, which is like go, yeah, really fast.
It does do that though.
Mm-hmm. But we didn't see Princess Leia there. No. Mm-mm. So I guess I better be going. So I gotta go.
We just saw that slut Daisy Ridley. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Play some video games like Halo.
Which one?
And also,
He
there
still
might be a
plays the
Halo.
original one on
Combat
his first
Evolved.
Xbox.
Combat Evolved.
Yes, on the first Xbox with the Duke.
With the Duke
He still has-
controller. He still has the Duke controller.
Hell yeah, dude. That's probably worth money. I bet Vito would buy that.
Future. After Halo Infinite. So I gotta go. So.
Oh, he's been playing Halo Infinite. Okay, he's still playing the new one.
Okay, well, he's
The
a
bad
modern
one.
man of modern toils.
Yes, of course. Guys, thank you so much for listening. We do appreciate it. If you sign up right now at Locals or Patreon, patreon.com/we're-not-sorry, revengeofthesith.locals.com, you get access to Wednesday's show, half a Friday show, and you got to make sure that we keep doing this show. We're currently at episode 1482. 6 more to go, guys. 6 more to go. Everyone's been saying it every time the show starts. They've been counting it down for a while. So, we're almost there.
I got to go pee-pee.
Okay, good. Fine, I guess. Are you going to go do Nightwave too?
Yeah, 10 o'clock tonight. Boom, be there.
Pessy's next.
Yes, sir.
Virgie, are you going to be on My Last Nerve? Bye. Daywave tomorrow, 10 a.m., guys. Check us out.